All right, hello, and in this video we are going to be working on rotate and reflect. So the first thing we're going to focus on here is rotate. I am going to find our little rotate tool, which is right here, the little one that looks like it's turning back on itself, and I'm going to click on that. Oh, actually I'm going to select my object first, so this bird right here, and then the rotate tool, and you can see that it highlights all the little anchor points on it. One of the reasons that it does that is because when you use the rotate tool, you could actually change your anchor point, your center point, your rotation point, and this little green point in the center here. So we can change that. So I can manually drag it around until I find how much I want to rotate it, right? If I wanted to do it upside down, I could. Undo. As I mentioned in the previous video, you can also hold down the Alt Option key while you do this. Um, oops, look at that. uh, this is gonna do a little bit funny thing. I held on the Alt Option key and I was kind of close to it, and I've actually moved the anchor point here, the center point, the rotation point, and I'm moving it around here. And when I let go, it's gonna pop up a dialog box, I believe. So we'll see what happens here. Yep, there comes the dialog box. And so now I changed my anchor point, and I'm gonna do a rotation. And I'm going to hit preview so I can see it. And it's actually rotating around the point there. So this is the point here, and you can see as I move it, it is rotating around that point. I wasn't going to show you that quite yet, but that's how that's working right now. So I can do that, and if I wanted to make a copy, I could copy, and then I would have two of them. One's over here, and one is there. All right. What I was trying to do was, let's see if I can do this again. To start my rotation and then hold down my Alt Option key, not Alt Option and then click, but mouse first, then Alt Option, and you can see I get the double black and white arrows there, and that's how I can make a copy that way without having to have the dialog box pop up. If I am just going to spin it on its axis here like this, I can double click on my rotation tool, and same thing, it will bring up that dialog box again. It's just spinning on itself, and I can choose to change it to any angle or make a copy of it in there. All right. Um, the other thing that you can do is choose to rotate the object or the object and the fill. So I'm going to go over here and select this object right here. And you can see that if I pull on this and change it like that, the whole object moves with it. I hit undo. If I do that and hold down my tilde key, which is the one that's right above the tab key, and let go, the object didn't move, but my pattern did. See, the pattern was here. I grab out here, hold on the tilde key, let go, and the pattern moves instead. I'll show you down here on the rainbow one. Rotating it, hold down the tilde key instead, let go. Oh, it's not gonna rotate my gradient. Interesting. I thought that it would. Nope. Can I rotate the gradient this way? Let's see. Oh, it's just patterns. That's why it's not anything else. So that was my bad there. If you wanted to rotate a gradient, you could turn the gradient into a pattern. We're not really learning how to do that for a while, but be aware that it is kind of a possibility that you could do that. So if you wanted to rotate this one as a gradient, you actually would have to rotate the object itself, which we could do. Hold on the Shift key to make it flat. You can see flat. And then I could actually reshape the object to make it be narrow and longer again if I wanted to do that. Okay. The rotation of the pattern, if I go back to this one here, can also be done by double clicking on this. And you can see that I can choose to transform just the pattern. And this way I can actually see how the pattern is going to transform. You'll see the pattern moves. So if you want to transform the pattern to a specific way versus just kind of guessing at it, then bringing up the dialog box is a nice way to do that because you can see this in here. All right. And then the reflect tool, same kind of thing here. We can have the reflect tool be used manually by grabbing out here and reflecting. You see reflection is an opposite, so he's now pointing the other direction. This way he's pointing, his eyes are this way. I go like this and his eyes are the other direction. If I double click on this tool, you can see that I actually have the option of horizontal, vertical, and angle. So horizontal, vertical, a random angle. And then I can also do transform objects or transform patterns as well here. So again, V key to get my selection tool, then O is reflect, good to know. If I wanted to do that here on this one and double click, you can see that the pattern transformed there. So I can say the object, I don't want to transform the object. So either horizontal or vertical, I'm affecting the pattern there, angle of the pattern, that kind of stuff. With the reflect, you can, again, move your anchor point out. I can drag my anchor point out. I'm trying to put it kind of in the center of these two birds because I'm going to see if I can guess to where that one is. So I did that, and I'm going to pull this guy over. Oops. And I went a little bit too far, but you can see I put the bird almost on top of the other one with the reflect being out here. Again, if I select this, go to my reflect tool, and then come out here and pick a point and hold down my Alt Option key, you'll see the little dot 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 appears next to my crosshairs. That means that when I click here, it's going to move this rotation point, this reflection point, over here, and it's going to pop up the dialog box. And at that point, I can decide what angle I want that to be. And then I got it. Oh, I got it pretty close there that time on that one. And I can make a copy if I want, or just move it either way. And I got that like almost exactly on there. That was pretty good. All right. What else here? So it's a mirror image. I think I mentioned that. Alt click, repositions, yes. All right. So that is reflect and rotation. In the next video, we will move on to scale and shear, and I will see you guys in that video.